It's Saturday, November 19, 2022. I'm Todd Dunn, and today I'm over at a little side project I have gotten involved in. And that is, my neighbor is building a new house. Right here, as you can see, it's not very far along. The slab is poured. All the groundwork is done, with the exception of pulling in the electrical cable. And the other day we stood this wall up, and basically he's building the house by himself, and I just came over to lend a hand for standing the walls up. And so this is the first one we did. Now this is a 9-foot high wall, 40 feet long, and it's built out of 2x8s. Haven't put the windows in yet, but that'll come soon. And normally a lot of carpenters would build this wall down on the slab and then stand it up. But believe me, a 9 foot by 40 foot 2x8 wall is a little heavy and not that rigid, particularly for two old guys to stand up. So it was built a little bit differently. Basically what we did was, after the plates are down on the bottom, my neighbor measured a reference line using his laser level because this slab is not perfectly flat, and there is, over that 40-foot length, about a ½ inch variation. And he wanted the top plate to be level, so what he did was he took his laser level and at each stud location measured up to the laser level line and recorded those numbers and used them to cut the studs so that that top plate is level. And what we did was stood up the corner and then a stud at the end of a 16-foot top plate, and then a couple studs in the middle, and then put the top plate on, and then moved on and did a couple more studs, next top plate, and the next corner, and a couple more studs and a top plate, and then went back and put the rest of the studs in after the main part of the wall was put up. We've got a few more to do. I got this back wall here, which is 52 feet long, and that's going to take a little while, but it shouldn't be too bad. We'll get it up. Neighbor is cutting the wood for it right now. All the studs will be cut to, custom lengths. So again, the top plate will be level, because this is going to be a 2-story house. And then we got a 28-foot wall there, a 24-footer here, and a little wall here that is about 12 feet, and then another 28-footer here. So it's going to be a little effort, but we're hoping to get all the walls stood up here by Thanksgiving. At least that's the hope. So we are planning to try and get this done, and once all the walls are up, the next step is going to be to plywood them, which is going to be a big job, but we'll get that done. And then get the floor joists delivered and start putting them in, and then put down the deck for the second floor. And I think that's as far as it's going to go this fall, because it's going to get too cold and start snowing. So at that point, probably just stretch a tarp over the top of it and call exterior work finished. Maybe start doing some work inside, which I don't think I will be helping with. And the only other wall we're going to put up is right across here, because this is an L-shaped house. The roof is going to be in 2 different directions. This is going to be a bearing wall to support basically half of the upstairs and also half of the weight of the roof over this part of the house, which is going to be the kitchen and living room. So this is going to be another 2x8 bearing wall. The slab is poured with 6 inches of concrete. It's sitting on foam, and it has PEX tube in it for radiant heat. And around the outer perimeter there is about a foot wide deeper bit, a sort of footing that's also concrete, and it's got, as I say, 2 inches of foam under the concrete and around the outside with aluminum flashing over the foam. So it's coming along. As I say, getting the walls up will be fairly quickly. It would go much more quickly, except that it's only 2 old guys doing the work. So that is my little project that I'm helping on, and basically I'm just going to help with some of the parts where one guy really needs some extra hands to do it. For example, putting the second level of plywood on the outside walls. Realistically, it's a lot easier for 2 guys to lift a sheet of plywood up and one guy holds it while the other guy nails it, than it is for one guy to lift it up and then hold it while picking up the nailer and starting nailing. And that makes it relatively easy work for 2 people, where it would be a nasty job for one guy. Anyway, so that's a little side project I've got going when I'm not doing other stuff around Mount Desert Island. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing this little project, and over the next few weeks you're going to see it progress as we get more and more done with it. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't, why don't you consider subscribing to my channel and click that notification bell so you'll get updates. Thanks for watching.